Hello friends, today we're here with an amazing video. Get ready for some exciting content and let's watch it together. Today, we will talk about the wealth accumulation of the Rothschild family. The Rothschild family, also known as the Rothschild dynasty or simply the Rothschilds, is a Jewish banking family based in Frankfurt that was founded by Meyer Amschel Rothschild, 1744–1812, in the late 18th century, who established banks in various centers throughout Europe. There is no other private family thought to be as influential in the international finance industry as the Rothschilds. This family, who could easily utilize kings, dukes, and bishops, has had many things written and drawn about them throughout history. Anselm Moses Bauer, a merchant from Frankfurt, was involved in pawnbroking, usury, and antiquities dealing at that time. Due to the restrictions on the Jews' profession in society, they turned to this profession that they could integrate with. Meyer Amschel, Rothschild, differentiated himself by bringing this family together as a group. Meyer Amschel, who lost his entire family due to an epidemic, had been on his own since the age of 13. He started working at a bank, quickly rose through the ranks, and lived with his wife on the floor above his father's pawnshop. Meyer Amschel had 5 sons, and he thought about how to distribute their business branches among them while they were still children. The family's rules were also shaped during this period. The name Rothschild means red shield in German. During this period, luck came to the family's side. In Europe at the time, mercenaries were widespread in wars. Meyer Amschel, who worked for Prince Wilhelm IV, was responsible for the accounting of the business. Installments, interest calculations, and negotiations were all handled by him. One day, the prince fled the country and entrusted Meyer Amschel with $3 million, according to legend. The money was allegedly hidden in barrels, and Napoleon's soldiers did not notice it. It is also rumored that the money was later returned to the prince, but the exact situation is unknown. Meyer Amschel Rothschild divided the $3 million left by the prince among his children, giving only a small amount to his daughters. He himself did not believe in gender equality and thought that women's only mission was to make political marriages. Later on, marriage for the family would frequently occur to protect the family's capital and secrecy. Amschel Meyer Rothschild sent his sons to the 5 major capitals of Europe. Communication was not as easy at that time, so they kept in touch in case of any sudden events and took positions accordingly. The greatest contribution to the wealth of this family was through wars. Financing wars was possible with a terrible capital, and the Rothschild family had this power. While still the prince's servant, the family learned the European soldier leasing market very well, closely followed and sometimes directed the relationships between countries. Both sides of the Waterloo War between Napoleon and England were financed with high interest rates. They gave £600,000 to the Ottoman Empire for the Crimean War. The Rothschilds were also the first family to lend foreign debt to the Ottoman Empire. They helped Adolf Hitler's rise to power and armament. After the 1918 Bolshevik Revolution and the execution of the Tsar, they made the first deal with rebels for Caspian oil. The family is not content with these, they are also preparing the ground for the Russo-Japanese War. At that time, a journalist wrote, "Russia does not want to fight, Japan does not want to fight." So why is this war happening? Through many wars and revolutions in Africa, 1 million people have lost their lives, and the most important cause behind these events is the underground wealth. The Rothschild family is claimed to own 40% of the world's underground resources. As we mentioned earlier, both sides were financed with high interest rates during the Waterloo War between the England-Prussia alliance and France, but another feature of this war was that the family made incredible profits by misleading people through the stock market. At that time, the privilege of following wars was given to Jews, and since the Rothschilds had a significant influence in 5 major European cities, their communication was easy. During the Waterloo War, big speculators follow the movements of the Rothschilds in the stock market. Being aware of this, the family starts selling its shares. This is attributed to Napoleon winning the war, and everyone sells all their shares, causing the share prices to drop significantly. The Rothschilds buy all the low-priced shares under the radar, and when England wins the war, the value of their papers increases by many times. So how did the $3 million left by the prince turn into trillions of dollars today? The person behind the family's financial success was Nathan Rothschild, who increased the family's fortune from $3 million to $7 billion in 5 years through the stock market game. Therefore, he is considered a financial genius. In the following periods, high-interest debts and trade deals made according to changing events in each capital city, thanks to the family's establishment, further increased their fortune. The family's total wealth was twice that of the US GDP in 1937. In 1937, with Roosevelt's defeat, they made a significant amount of money from the stock market again, and the family's fortune increased to $500 billion, which is twice the total US GDP. Nowadays, estimates are around $3 trillion. The reason why this is just an estimate is the family rule. The family has advised that this business should be done secretly and through various front companies in the market. The Rothschild family's rules are as follows. The eldest male of the family will be the leader of the fortune and the family. Marriage between cousins is a prerequisite for the family's wealth not to go out. 3. Keeping the family wealth confidential and undivided, which is why you will never see this family on the Forbes 500 list. 4. Family partnerships have been established, and these partnerships are consolidated under the umbrella of M.A. Rothschild & Sons, based in London.